Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon. My name is Dominic Gillen. It's D-O-M-I-N-I-C-G-I-L-L-E-N. First of all, I'd like to thank the members of the committee, in particular Senator Moorfeld and Hampton Brooks, both of whom have been here for the entire 8 years that we've been coming before this committee on this issue with our family. For many, the ironies of us being here today are not lost on you. Perhaps the biggest irony of all, that I'm here adamantly opposed to medical cannabis bill. Frankly, I'm frustrated that my son Will and I are here yet again. Will Gillen, my son, is ground zero for this issue of medical cannabis in Nebraska. And without ever having spoken a word, he has become a beacon of strength to so many in this state. He's here with me today in his Superman sweatshirt, just 3 weeks removed from an 8-day-long stay at Children's Hospital after a seizure fall at school left his jaw broken in 3 places, 15 stitches in his chin, significant damage to most of his teeth, and a mouthful of plates and screws that he will live with forever. I am his voice. 9 years ago, our senator offered the state's first attempt at medical cannabis legislation. She even named it Will's Law. Senator Garrett took up the mantle, and at one point we were his guests in the gallery to witness what should have been the historic passage of LB1275. That is until 3 longtime supporters changed their vote at the 11th hour. It's ironic that some of those who are responsible for that arm twisting are still here and are professing their support for this bill. A bill that is written can't help Will. The child for whom this all started 9 long years ago. Is that ironic or cruel? Governor Ricketts just last year, with our family a mere 25 feet away, uttered these now infamous words to all Nebraskans: marijuana is going to kill your kids. Are we truly to believe that he's now open to something that 10 months ago was going to kill children? I don't think so. Sadly, some of the most hardened opposition are now using green medical crosses to promote a bill we all know will help no one. This bill has been dubbed, and rightfully so, cannabis with no cannabis. It's illegal to transport across state lines, and if you can't grow it here, which this bill expressly forbids, it can't be sold. Is that irony or is that cruelty? Suffering Nebraskans and their loved ones are opposed to this bill, while the previously ardent opposition are probably here today as proponents. That's a big red flag to me. Thoughtful compromise, that's what they're calling this. Seriously? We all know the Sand Nebraska and other opponents are behind this so-called compromise. Talk about disingenuous. They didn't even have the courage or decency to consult with Senator Wishart, who without argument is the most knowledgeable senator in the unicameral on this issue. And I would also add, one of the most decent and compassionate human beings anywhere. That's not thoughtful compromise. It's more like political calculation. Maybe the cruelest irony of all is that my son Will and others like Leah and Colton and Jan and Brooke and Tanja and so many other Nebraskans continue to be treated as political footballs rather than the human beings that they are. Oppose medical cannabis if you must, but at least have the moral courage to admit what this bill is: a poison pill. A bill whose sole purpose is to kill the medical petition drive. Last month we recognized Jordan W. Norris Day. Norris envisioned a unicameral with people being the second house. The unicameral has had 8 long years to find compromise on this issue, and too many have stood in the way. I dare say that Norris would be scolding some in this building for their blatant attempts to circumvent the initiative process. It's time for the second house to have their say. This is simply a last gasp effort to again deny the will of the people. 196,000 Nebraskans signed the last petition during a pandemic. The number will most assuredly be higher come July 7th. I implore you to vote no on LB1275. It's time for the people to finally have their say at the ballot box.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bill. I see no questions today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
One, sorry.
Yes, Senator.
I just want to thank you for coming all these years and really the passion with which so many of you with your children have brought to this issue has really fashioned my opinion on this and really spoken to my heart. And I thank you very much for that information and many blessings to you and your families and all the kids that are here that are having these troubles. And I do believe there's some work for all of you. So,
Thanks,
thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.